It's the National Football League on EA Sports, and today's clash of conferences is just moments away. It's the Panthers and the Ravens, next on Madden NFL 22.
Autumn has arrived in the Mid-Atlantic region of the U.S., and it is a glorious afternoon at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore. The two teams emerging from their respective tunnels a minute ago to the approval of this Baltimore crowd. They're all set as their Ravens will match up with the Carolina Panthers. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand. And Charles, our ball game here featuring a couple of young quarterbacks a lot of people have their eye on. Sam Darnold of the Panthers, Lamar Jackson of the Ravens.
Yeah, Brandon, we're starting to see some of the old guard moving on. Guys like Drew Brees, Phillip Rivers, Eli Manning. And in their place, there have been some dynamic young guys who have come into the league, not just this year, but in the last 3 or 4 years in particular. They've really changed the quarterback position. And I think both of these guys fit into that category. Youth is being served.
Here's the kicker, Zane Gonzalez, ready to get this one started. And off we go from M&T Bank Stadium. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. The Ravens offense going to work, and as usual, it's Lamar Jackson, the former MVP of the league, at the helm.
Early part of his career, defenses really had to focus on his running ability, and they still do. But now, he's turned himself into a true dual-threat quarterback. When he plants his cleats in the ground and turns it loose, good things happen downfield.
Option play, and they'll hand to Dobbins. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down.
Well, every now and then we have to let a cliche fly, partner. And in this case, what do they say in the NFL? Your best ability is often your availability. And this is an extremely durable kid coming out of Ohio State. Carried the ball every time they even thought about running it. Wore down defenses and able to break big runs late in games. J.K. Dobbins going to Baltimore, an absolute perfect fit.
Play action. It's Jackson. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 46. Now Jackson taps this forward jet sweep. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
Now an option play on second down. And for a second straight play, just nowhere to go thanks to this Carolina defense. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming. But sometimes that option can get bogged down before the gears really even get into motion, and I think that's what we saw there.
And I think what he saw a defensive end right in his face because he looked up and he was right there. Didn't even have a chance to get going.
On third down, Jackson. He'll swing this out to Dobbins. And he can only get this to the 42-yard line, and that is not near enough. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
Now Justin Tucker. He has hit from 61 in his career, so he has the leg for this. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it, and it's complete. They're going to get the first.
You know, I always talk about when teams line up for long field goals that you should be in a safe defense.
Right.
But you're also in a position here where this is a makeable kick. So rushing it is also part of this strategy. Maybe they use their aggressiveness against them on that fake.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Hassan Reddick showing his strength and quickness there. A loss of 4. Well, they sent him on the blitz from that linebacker spot, and boy, he got there quickly.
He certainly did, and obviously he could have used a block from his running back, but I think you nailed it right there. The defender got into the backfield so fast, it's hard for anyone to react.
So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Again, Jackson will keep it. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And this, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that, and here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game, and all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 10. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And a penalty flag down as he gets only about a yard. And let's listen in on the call. So that time they get the tight end on the hold.
Normally he's a pretty good run blocker, but this time he just didn't get his arms extended and let go quickly enough. The flag came out as a result.
On 2nd down, here's a keeper by the QB. And for a 2nd straight play, just nowhere to go thanks to this Carolina defense. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long. And not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But if you got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Flushed out right, and he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. So Jackson will head to the Ravens sideline, and on comes Justin Tucker for the field goal try. It'll be from the right hash, and it'll be a 36-yarder. And Tucker's kick right there, it's good, and the Ravens strike first at 3-zip. So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. So here are the Panthers under head coach Matt Rule. They'll be led out by the 3rd overall selection back in 2018 from USC. It's Sam Darnold.
And the thing with Sam Darnold is we know the skill set is there. May not be the most mobile or strongest arm quarterback in the league, but usually plays with really good poise and at his best, like a point guard in basketball, able to move around and distribute the rock.
Oh, he breaks a tackle, and he's got an alley. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Well, Christian McCaffrey is as tough to bring down as they come at the running back position, and he proved it right there.
Yeah, and this could be a sign of what this defense is in for, because you know all week long the coaches were preaching to the defense, you've got to be able to wrap up against a back like him or he can make you pay. Technique, technique, technique.
And the next-gen stats shows us the tale of how much yardage he was able to pick up after the initial contact. One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. Now a run with McCaffrey. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. Three 0 after 1 on EA Sports. Panther football to start quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. Oh, able to avoid him. And some room to roam now. Touchdown, Carolina. Christian McCaffrey, 55 yards. And the Panthers have taken the lead. Christian McCaffrey, a guy that can beat you in so many ways. He's a threat to go the distance literally every time he touches the football.
And that's why he's one of the best running backs in the game today, because this run combined all the elements. Started with patience, and he was just waiting for the right lane to materialize. Then once he saw it, he used his speed and escapability in tandem and turned this into a tremendous play.
Gonzalez good on the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. So that drive, 4 plays. And the last play on the drive, the touchdown run from Christian McCaffrey. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. Duvernay going to sit on this in the end zone, so it'll come out to the 25. Baltimore set to take over here for their 2nd possession of the game. And they had a long drive last time, but they had to settle for a field goal, and I'm sure that's how it felt to them, settling. They probably should have gotten in the end zone.
Yeah, not out-and-out joy, right? Because that's what you get when you put the ball in the end zone. But there are benefits to that type of a long drive. Your defense gets a chance to take a break, adjust a little bit, and maybe get themselves ready to get back out on the field and play a little bit better. So they'll take the benefit even though they wanted the 6 points.
Yeah, maybe wore down the other defense. We'll see. Shaq Thompson on the tackle that time. Last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Jackson fakes the give and keeps it. And he'll be stopped up at the line of scrimmage with a flag down. Let's check on the call.
That's not good enough, man.
That one whistled against a big right tackle.
You'd think being able to fire out and block, it'd be a lot easier to not commit a holding penalty. But it's tough to keep those guys right in front, isn't it?
That's complete to the fullback, Ricard. Calling a gain of 6 on the play. And it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14.
And as a quarterback, you're always pleased when you can use all the weapons at your disposal. Here he spots his fullback underneath, gets the completion right there for a nice pickup.
The Ravens on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. From the gun, Jackson. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a 1st down.
That's a pretty throw right there. That ball's in the air a long time, but it's right on the money on the right sideline. A really good route. Moving the defenders towards the middle of the field before breaking to the sideline. What a completion there. Big-time arm strength. Very nice route.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Jackson to throw. He'll check this down to Dobbins out of the backfield. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. 2 minutes gone by, 2nd quarter. Off the play fake, here's Jackson. Looking right side, and that's complete to Watkins. And he goes out of bounds, and looks like right at the 50. They go play action with Jackson. And this is caught. It's Brown. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
And time to give some credit to the big fellas, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you've got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
An option handoff here to Dobbins. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Jackson going to give this one to Edwards. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Throwing is Jackson. And this is going to be incomplete.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
Tucker's kick is good. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
Amir Abdullah going to take it out of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their 2nd drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Off of play action, Darnold. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big play that time through the air. 32 yards.
Oftentimes now, offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
A handoff, McCaffrey running right. A little juke. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 89 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this 1st half. His first carry of their 2nd drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their 1st drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurdling through them.
Let's go. That's the way to make it.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this 1st half of action. A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. But business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Back to throw, Darnold. Gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 12-yard line.
Boy, a lot of moving parts on this play, but what a nice design to leak the running back out to the left and send him down the field. And a good job spotting him and hitting him for a big play.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. Christian McCaffrey. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Panthers add on to their lead. CD, for them, this has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And the lead is up to 8. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. No run back here for Duvernay. Touchback out to the 25. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score. When
the Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Hassan Reddick able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Well, Lamar Jackson, for all the talents of escaping pressure that he possesses, he was helpless to do much of anything there. He had no chance.
And this came from the edge, and those pass rushers, they have so many tricks of the trade to get around blockers. They have a lot of tools in their kit. This was pure speed and athleticism on this play, though, and they could barely get a glove on him before he got the quarterback on the ground.
And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. On 3rd down, here's Dobbins. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. On is the punter, Cook, who sends it away. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. The Panthers going to go back on offense here late in this first half. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
From the 50, it's Darnold. Throw left side, McCaffrey's got it. And they are into field goal range now as he's got the first down at the 26. Now it's Darnold. That's caught. It's McCaffrey again. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out.
Well, they've certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
They scored touchdowns on drives 1 and 2, and now they're trying to make it a perfect 3 for 3 to start. To throw is Darnold. Escaping the pressure right. He'll get this to McCaffrey out of the backfield. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. Play action. It's Darnold. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. Ian Thomas in the final seconds of the first half. And the Panthers will extend their lead here just before halftime. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
Gonzalez good on the extra point, and the lead is up to 15 now. So not much time to work with here. 9 seconds remain in the half as this one is away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And with only 9 seconds remaining, not much time, we'll see how they play this. They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. So we come upon halftime intermission here with the visiting Panthers taking the lead to the locker room. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome, everybody, to our abbreviated version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. First, though, time for a check of the next-gen stats from that first half for Carolina. And the ground game has been a big part of why they have this big lead. And you have to figure they'll lean on it a little bit more in the 3rd and 4th quarters. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, they did not have the same kind of success on the ground. They struggled to get the run game going to this point, as you see there.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Here's Abdullah from his end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The offense trots back onto the field, and we shine our Madden spotlight on Sam Darnold. He's showing off that arm, showing it off very well. They've got the lead. Don't forget, though, about the protection he's had. The protection's been good.
And I'll guarantee you he hasn't forgotten about it at all because that's keeping him clean in the pocket, allowing him to step into throws and make those deep passes come true. I mean, it's just been beautiful for him to do. But guess what? In the huddle, on the sidelines, guaranteed he's thanking those big guys up front for keeping him safe. I have a feeling he may even buy dinner.
Indeed, entertaining to relive some of those deep balls. Linebacker Patrick Queen bringing him down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
103 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Darnold will hand off to McCaffrey. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Not a lot of running room there, not a place to make a cut and kind of exit out because they had everything bottled up. Looked to me like the linemen were taking on their blocks really well and giving up no creases.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on third. Here's Darnold. He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. A big play there on the catch and run.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 right at the 40. A nice little juke, a second fake, and he's going to get this inside the 30.
He was brought down at the 26.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
First and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. Two yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets, because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
Darnold from the red zone now. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Well, those two have hooked up for a touchdown once already in this game, that time unable to find the completion.
Yeah, it just appeared they wanted to get him out into open space and try and get him the football. As you mentioned, unable to connect.
And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Darnold. He'll buy some time right. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Sam Darnold taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Panthers take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical, as one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. Duvernay going to sit on this in the end zone, so it'll come out to the 25. The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Dobbins going to take the handoff on the option. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
He takes this from the 30 to the 34.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A big play that time on the catch and run.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far, and never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Jackson going to keep it running right. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down. Final minute now of the 3rd quarter. Here's a give to Dobbins running right. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. 3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. J.K. Dobbins, 26 yards. And the Ravens are able to get a score back in the final stages of this 3rd quarter. Well, he wasn't the guy they were initially going for, but after going through the progressions, it worked.
When you have plenty of people who can catch the football, you don't always have to go to your primary target, and sometimes that target is actually covered. Nice job coming off of that and getting it to someone who was open.
And the man out of the backfield gets in for the score. Jackson here, he's going to look to throw. And they're going to get the 2-point conversion, caught in the end zone. And that cuts the lead a bit further. And around the goal line, especially on 2-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Here's Abdullah from his end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. Oh, he'll take a shot from McCaffrey downfield. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. He was trying to get that one into the hands of Christian McCaffrey. That'll bring up 2nd down. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. 3 quarters have come and gone. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Baltimore. It's the Panthers out in front and in control of the football as well as we begin quarter number 4. The Panthers on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 9. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. Oh, good move. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down.
But when you're up by 2 scores in the 4th quarter and you're going to throw the football, expect to see a lot of man coverage because usually what comes along with man coverage is pressure. So if you're a play caller and you want to keep throwing the football, that's fine. Just make sure your offensive line understands they're going to get additional guys running at the quarterback.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the shotgun to McCaffrey. Malik Harrison on the tackle. Well, sometimes it's hard to take your eyes off this guy at the linebacker position. He can really cover some ground, and he did there to make that play.
And sometimes all of your best laid plans of play design, your X's and O's, they can't always account for individual effort defensively. And this was one of those times. Just a terrific play to hustle over there and get the running back to the ground.
And the next-gen stats tell the story as he was traveling at better than 19 miles an hour. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now Darnold. That's to McCaffrey, complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. On the ground, McCaffrey. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And he gets it down to the 32. 131 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. Starting to feel a little to me like the air is coming out of the balloon, so to speak, defensively.
They're taking their role from them right now. That's what they're doing. Whatever they want to call, it's working. They're handling things up front, and it's not just the offensive line. It's everyone. You're seeing the guys on the perimeter blocking downfield and making sure that they're secure. So, yeah, you're exactly right. The air's out of the balloon, and right now they're almost lifeless.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. A fake to McCaffrey. Now Darnold. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Well, a clear running situation. Try to take time off the clock. He ran the previous play, set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they had shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit them over the top.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Christian McCaffrey, a 13-yard touchdown run. And the Panthers have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter. Well, I've heard you use the term put-away drive, and that right there seemed like the definition of a put-away drive.
Yeah, it certainly just pops right up out of the book, doesn't it? Because up 2 scores already, just wanted to possess the football, keep converting and picking up first downs, and if the drive ends in 3 points, that's terrific. If it ends in a touchdown, fantastic.
Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. No run back here for Duvernay. Touchback out to the 25. The Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offensive sails, because they had it going pretty good last time too.
Had to sit over there for a little while, didn't they? You know, they were eager, amped up to get back on the field after just scoring, hoping to get the ball back quickly. That didn't happen, so I'd say come out, just kind of get started again. You know, doesn't have to be anything dramatic. Just get moving, get loose again, and see if they can get it downfield.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Jackson now. And that'll be complete to Dobbins. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
we changed it.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. Throw right side is complete to Andrews, his tight end. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
Great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Flush to his right. First down and more for Jackson. And Jackson going to have the first down as he will get to the ground to avoid the contact.
Sometimes guys get locked into such a groove. What do we call it? The game's slowing down. They see everything happening almost in slow motion. They see the lanes develop. I feel like he's right there.
Well, and you want this from your leader, right? With this deficit, this stage of the game, second half, no quit in him.
0.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Jackson on first down. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Brown. A gain of 6 there on first. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. From the 16, Jackson. This is caught. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Marquise Brown, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Ravens have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth.
And that touchdown puts us in a position to have a discussion, doesn't it? Now it'll be a 2-score game after the conversion.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt with a 2-score game they're going to have to onside kick it. We'll just see if they've got a miracle up their sleeve.
And you wonder what onside kicks they're going to use and in what sequence if they hope to have a chance to win this game.
Justin Tucker for the extra point. And the lead will be cut down to 14. So that one an 8-play drive. It spans 75 yards. And it's capped off by the Baltimore score. Two scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And it looks like the Panthers hands team does its job. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. The Carolina offense about ready to go. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. And Darnold wants to throw the football. Forced out to his left. Looking left side, that's caught by Moore. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. Here's Darnold. Eluding the pressure right. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Darnold now to throw. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And the Ravens are right back in this football game. Two-score game here in the fourth, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a two-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Jeremy Chin picks it off, and the Panthers will take over possession here up at the 44. With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys, they've been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
They start on the ground with McCaffrey, and just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Instead of running, Darnold's going to throw this thing. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. Touchdown! DJ Moore, 56 yards. And the Panthers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Even though he was forced from the pocket, still able to adjust, make the long throw, and it ends with a really big touchdown.
Yeah, moving to his left. The key to everything when they're moving outside of the pocket, doesn't matter which side, making sure those shoulders get around and you get back square so you can get everything on the throw and create the big play we just saw there downfield.
Gonzalez good on the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. Duvernay going to sit on this in the end zone, so it'll come out to the 25. Baltimore about ready to go on offense. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. To throw on 2nd and 10, Jackson. He'll check this down to Dobbins out of the backfield. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And now they're in the hurry-up. Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. He gets this underneath to Dobbins. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points, allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.